If you've read our book, The Legacy Binder Family Preparedness System, or watched our demo video on the website, but still want to see a little bit more of what the Notion template looks like, well, then you've come to the right place. Join us as we go a little deeper into the Legacy Binder Family Preparedness System Notion template. Hey everybody, Paul here, creator of the Legacy Binder, and welcome to another demo/tutorial video of the Legacy Binder Notion template. And again, this also works for the printable and fillable PDF versions. You can follow along in those as well. And today in this video, we're going to be going over the key family information section. So as you can see down here, we have all of our navigation in tabs here that you can navigate through to find the information you need. And then we have everything captured with a little information here. And then in these drop downs right here, that are all the different information. Now, I'm just going to quickly tell you what the pages are, poke around and explore and try things out. And always remember, if something gets messed up or deleted, you have a couple of options up here. We have the go back, and then you have the history version, so you can revert back to an older version if anything gets messed up. Okay, so diving in, the grab list. This is something that we set up for you to go ahead and tweak and create, and basically this is for if you ever have to evacuate your house. We have a quick list here that you can go through, have this printed out and ready to go so that your family has everything they need when you have to evacuate from your house. And speaking from experience, I've had to do this before. I live in a wildland fire country, so I've had to do this, and it was very nice to have these types of lists handy and ready to go. All right, now this is basically your family info. This is everything about the people within your family. So all your contacts, right? We have this divided into a couple of different areas. We have emergency contacts. We have other important or out of area contacts, and then we have family, friends, and neighbors. As you can see, Ron Weasley is a friend of ours. So anyway, this is where you can put all your information in so that anybody can access it, and you always have those numbers. Now, the crazy thing is these cell phones are awesome, but you might not be able to always access it. And if you're like me, I can barely remember my own phone number, let alone anybody else's. I still struggle to remember my 19-year-old son's phone number because I just tap his face in my phone and it calls him. So again, having all those numbers written down is highly, highly important. And then again, you have childcare information. So if you have young children, this is just childcare information. So all the information someone would need to know if they needed to take care of your child. Personal medical. Now this is very, very important that you create a personal medical snapshot for every member of your family and potentially even extended family that may be staying with you. Now this is coupled with some of the need to know files like end of life files, medical files, and things like that. Right. So that kind of couples with that. But this is a medical snapshot that is simple that you can pull up, or any family member can pull up if the family member that's incapacitated can't speak for themselves. Okay. All right. Family traditions that you might want to pass on. We have pet care, pet insurance, pet doctor information, family recipes. I know my family, my sister has all the recipes. So we can keep them safe there. And then family tree, tell your family about who you and your family are on both sides. Now we have this folder in here called the break glass page. So break, in case of emergency, break glass pages. Basically they are quick guides that you can fill in and then have printed out and in a place where your family knows where they are. So in case someone gets hospitalized, if you have to evacuate, all the shut-off systems for the house, and then the keys and codes index, right? So where keys are kept, where codes are for different things, right? So these are just some of the guides that we've put together in the family info section. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this one, right? So if someone is hospitalized, right, here is all the information that you would want to put in, like who the primary contacts are, and the like. And again, what we've done is we have gone through and asked all the hard questions and put all the information together in a logical flowing format. So all you literally have to do is go in and fill in the blanks. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next video where we cover financial continuity. Cheers. Hey, and welcome back. My name is Paul. Welcome to the next demo video in the Legacy Binder Family Preparedness System. And in this demo video, we're going to be going over the financial continuity section of our Notion template. And again, this matches up with the PDF versions that we have as well. So again, we have everything in our tabs here for our navigation. It gives you a little bit of information of what tab you're in. And then we have all of the information. Now, this family information, family continuity is a super important thing to get going, especially for your family, so that things can continue on if you're not around, or whoever the person is who take care of all of the finances for the family. In my family, that is me. So I have this set up so that my wife knows where everything is, all the bills, what gets paid where, when, and how, right? And how all the money comes in. And that is all captured here. Now, again, we also built this template specially for firefighters, police, and military. So we actually have your own pages down here, which we'll show you shortly. So let's dive into a few of these. Again, we have these. If you don't see it like open, if these little drop down tabs to open up all of the information. And again, here is the family finances, and this is where you would capture all of your banking information. Now, again, I got to do a quick disclaimer and warning here. Passwords and account numbers, maybe we don't actually store them here, completely up to you, but maybe you don't store them here, and maybe part of your access plan is how to locate those bank account logins. I use password managers personally so that my wife has access in an emergency to all of the different passwords that I have for all of our different financial institutions. So those are a couple of options for you. But when you open this up, this little page pops up right over here for you. You have the bank account type, and again, is it active or closed, and the other different types that you can add here. And you can always just by simply typing in, add another category if we didn't find or capture something for you. Okay, and then who the account owner is, phone number for the institution, email, and again, username, maybe you put down, maybe you don't. It's completely up to you. Password, two-step, security, completely up to you how much information you put in here. I guess I tell people to think more like a treasure map, not the actual treasure, right? So we're building the treasure map so that our family can find all the information. Personally, I keep all of my information in a safe that the family has access to, all the documents, so they know where to get all the passwords and things like that. But we have all the different miscellaneous notes. And again, if you type down here, you can literally start typing in whatever you want. And also always remember, if you hit this little slash, the backslash there, it gives all the different building blocks that you can use and explore to create whatever type of note you wanted there, okay? So let me just X out of that, and we'll close this guy. And then again, we have breadcrumbs to get back, or there's breadcrumbs up here to get back to the page you were before. And then again, we have stuff for crypto, we have stuff for all your online accounts, we have all the stuff for your insurance, all of your real estate and rentals, so you can capture all your properties in here, right? We have the owners, co-owners, we have all the mortgage company information, all the insurance providers, property tax. So we basically, again, we answered all the questions for you. You just need to fill in the blanks here, right? And then let's continue on here. We have other assets and belongings. So this would be like cars and fridges and TVs, and this could be gold, silver, jewels, whatever you have, you would list them here. And again, not necessarily passwords if there's anything having to do with that. Okay, loyalty programs, reward programs. And then now we get down into our employment stuff, information section. So again, we have specific sections for firefighter, police, and military, but for everybody else, you can capture that all here in the employer information, and it's just literally everything you would need to know about your employer, so that if your spouse or a partner had to then contact your work to close things out or get information, they would have it all here. So who your employer is, who you report to, user portal for your employment, and again, passwords, maybe you don't put that here, and then all of the benefits, like health insurance benefits, dental, life insurance, long-term disability, short-term disability, and then any other notes that you would want to add in. So that is for general employment. Now, some of the other things we have here, if you are self-employed, we have a whole self-employment thing here where you can create all your different businesses and side hustles and hobbies. And we have a little bit of additional information in here for you, like who's the CEO owner. We have additional co-owners. And again, if you have multiple co-owners and need to copy anything, it's as simple as coming over here and you see on the side you have the plus and the 6 dots. If you click on the 6th dot, you can duplicate something and it'll create a completely new one with everything in it ready to go, ready to be filled out. Okay. And then if you need to get rid of something, remember you can always come up here and we hit the little undo button and boom, it's back to normal. Okay. And again, you can look at this and we have different views. All these have different views, these databases here. And to add a new one in, you just hit this new button right here and you would add a brand new business venture. All right, let's go back here really quick. We're going to look at a couple things here. Again, for our military service members, we have all kinds of the military. We look far and wide to find all the military information and data that you would need to add in, especially if you have retired or left the service. Right, here's all your service info and it literally has everything you would ever need, all your military pay, burial, all the other things that come along with being part of our armed services. And we've done a lot of the same for our fire and police as well, right? So we have all the employer stuff, portal, HR, all the benefits, retirement, everything is captured in here. And then again, let's go back here and for our police service members as well. We've got all of that information for you as well. All right, so that is pretty much all of the financial continuity section of the Legacy Binder. And again, go in here and take a look a little more on all of that and go ahead and move on to the next demo and we'll see you over there. All right, cheers. Hey, Paul here, and welcome back to the next demo video of the Legacy Binder Family Preparedness System. And in this video, we are going to be going over the Need to Know Files section. And again, if you read the book, you know a lot about what is encompassed here, and we made sure that we got everything here for you with directions and spelled out. Super easy for you to understand, okay? So let's go ahead and go through some of the areas here in our documents and access, which are all the important documents, right? So we're going to go over this access plan here in a little bit because it's got tiered access. We're going to talk a little more about that at the end of this video. Let's go over some of the other sections. So we have an area in here for you to create disaster preparedness plans for all the major types of disasters for your household. Now, this is especially important for younger families with kids so they know what to expect if any of these disasters potentially happen. Okay, let's see. The next thing we have is important documents. Now, this is where you keep all those important documents. So we're talking wills, trust, birth certificates, you name it, licenses, passports, whatever kind of documentation you have. This is a great place to upload documents so that you have them saved for whatever possibly could come along, right? So think anything, any document that you want to save, this is a great place to do it. This is just like your digital storage, okay? Now, the next thing is important to medical forms. Now, as I am a firefighter and I respond to calls on a regular basis where end-of-life preferences, do not resuscitate, or advanced medical directive forms are filled out but not accessible a lot of times. Unfortunately, we have to continue on with care that sometimes the individual did not want because there were no documents for us to view to tell us what to do that were signed by a doctor, right? So in this one here, we have a comprehensive list of all the different documentation that you might want to keep. It's a long list. You can take a look at that. And then we have links to like all the different medical forms, like POLST forms, DNR forms, and the like here that you can go ahead and take a look at. We also have some information on wills and trusts. Remember, this is not for financial advice or for creating a will or trust. This is basically just all the information that supports your will or trust, and we highly recommend that you talk to a financial professional about those. This is a very, very important section that you should absolutely spend a little extra time going through and ensuring that you fill out as detailed as possible and ensure that everybody in your family knows where all those documents are. Okay, other things here, we have memorial preferences. If you actually have memorial preferences, just go ahead and put them down. Most people don't, oddly enough. I've been to so many calls with people in their older age haven't ever talked about memorial preferences. These are notes and letters to family that you might want them to read. If something has happened to you, that's a place to capture those. And then this call log and message log was built specifically for if you're going through one of those situations where someone has passed away and you need to make a bunch of calls to get things set up for memorials or funerals or things like that. This is an area where you can log all that so everybody in the family knows what has been taken care of. Okay, now underneath all of that, we have a whole bunch of guides and checklists that were all mentioned in the book. You can find them all here, and you can pop them open, and then you can export them, download them, or print them however you want, or just run through here and check things off as you finish them. And we have all of those from the book are all listed here. Now, the one thing I want to come back to is the family access plan. Now, there are two parts to it, which are the trusted contacts and then the access plan. Now, your list of trusted contacts are the people that you trust to take over basically this entire system and help your family out during a emergency, disaster, or end of life type emergency. Okay, so those are your trusted people, and you may have multiple, or you may just have one. It's completely up to you, but they should go there. And then the access plan. So we created this thing called tier access. So obviously tier 1 is your immediate. It's going to be your spouse or significant other or the person that you trust to come in and run your entire life and have access to everything, including passwords and the like, right? So we have basically information and things that you can go through and check off to let people know like what they actually have access to. And then tiered access is backup access. It's maybe someone is your backup person, right, who might have all or partial access. And then we continue going down. Tier 3 is professional access. That would be things like lawyers and financial professionals, what type of information they have. And you just list all that information out with who those people are and the access level that they have, and make sure we have contact information for them. Now, again, I've said it multiple times, we did build a little password manager in here if you would like to actually put some passwords in here, but do be very careful with that. While this is locked down and password protected and encrypted, you never know what might happen. So again, think treasure map, not keys to the treasure. So we try to build this out so that everybody goes to a central location to get the physical passwords to things, or again, the password manager. All right, so that is pretty much it for the financial continuity section. The need to know, the need to know files section for the legacy binder. Thank you for joining us in this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another tutorial video on the Legacy Binder Preparedness System Notion template. All right, we're going to be going over the still needs list and reminders. Now, this is a very important thing. Like we talked about in the book, setting up your legacy binder can be a very daunting and large project, which is why we stress that you do this in small little chunks and work your way through it. So when you go to set up a specific area, if you hit a roadblock of any kind, can't figure out the login, can't find the document, don't know what that section means, that is what the still need list is for. Come over here to your still need list and write it down. Still need driver's license, still need life insurance documentation, need the login information for a bank account. Write that here in your still needs list area and then move on. Keep going. Keep that momentum going so that you don't fall into the trap of, oh, I'll get it later. Later is where everything goes to die and never happen. Simple as that, right? Whenever we say later, 9 times out of 10, we never get to it. All right, so write it down and then we'll come back to it. Now, linked with that are the reminders, okay? On the page here at the date, we have an actual calendar. Okay, now the birthday part of the calendar you'll see here is if you put a date of birth in your contacts list, it will show up. It's linked to all that date of birth data capture area, and it will show date of birth the birthday for folks here. But we also have the reminders. So anytime you come in here and we create a new reminder, right? If we have a due date of tomorrow, okay, and then I put in a name. Okay, as you can see, it's already showing up on my calendar over here. And now you can put notes in here if you need to put notes. And then you can also put notes and all kinds of other things in here. And again, I like to remind everybody, right, if we hit the slash button right there, we have all of these different things that you can put in, like you can get a bullet list in there and whatever else you need to build out the reminder. And if we close this, now we see we have a reminder here. So boom, we can open this up. Hey, I've got a reminder, and if I needed to, we can delete that out of there because I don't want that anymore. And one thing I probably should have showed you here is when you hit the due date here, you can do a reminder time, and you can put 1 hour before, on day of event at 9 a.m. Or if you actually include a time in here and it's 1 p.m., we can put at time of event, 10 minutes before, whatever, and it will actually send a reminder to whatever application you have. Okay, so boom, there you go. There we go. There's my reminder. It's going to remind me at 1 o'clock. So that is this section. And again, do not ever let your momentum get stopped. So if you can't find, can't locate something, put it on your still need list and continue on with the process. Okay, that is how your binder will actually get built. All right, so that is it for this one. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Hope you enjoyed the compilation video, kind of taking a sneak peek under the hood of the Legacy Binder Family Preparedness System Notion template. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff at the bottom, and then go over to legacybinder.com where you can pick up your very own Legacy Binder version and join the mission to help protect 1 million families. And if you like it, share it with your friends and family. All right, guys, until next time, take care and cheers.